happy Sunday and welcome to Mindful Weekend Yoga. So find a comfy seat on your mat and make sure it's comfy. Noticing that we often sit down not comfy, taking a minute to settle into your body, to drop in. And I often get asked what dropping in means, and it means sort of shutting out all the outside noise, quieting the brain, and inhabiting your body. So taking a few breaths as you settle, as you arrive, taking a moment to arrive on your mat, in your body for this practice. A little bit of time for you to nourish you and re-energize, revitalize. And today my invitation is going to be buoyancy, which was part of the theme of the podcast. And I've done a class or two on this before, but it's coming up in my life as we speak as a great approach to caring for aging parents and all the other things that come up in life. It's also summer, and summer is a bit about buoyancy, floating in a pool, floating in the ocean. And a reminder of that phrase that I love called, when you stop struggling, you float. And that's really what buoyancy is about. Optimizing your buoyancy means not struggling about the things that don't need a struggle. They could need a struggle, but you could let go of the struggle and you would float much more easily. So that's going to be the invitation of today's class, exploring what that feels like in your body. And so closing eyes if they're still open and settling your hands on your thighs. My invitation would be palms up as if you're floating on the water. And taking in a breath, filling up your lungs, making you more buoyant, giving you a little more lightness. And on the exhale, releasing any heavy anchors, weights, things that are weighing you down. And we'll take 3 or 4 more breaths that way, in through your nose or your mouth, whatever you choose. But out through your mouth, long, slow, and even. If you can let the exhale be longer than the inhale, that will lead to more calm, more nervous system relaxation, upregulating your parasympathetic nervous system. Breathing in through your nose and a long, smooth exhale, not forced, but letting go of anything you'd like to let go of as we begin. Noticing how good the breath feels. Sending it to your pinky fingers and your baby toes and out the other way. Noticing already perhaps a little bit more of a lightness. And when you feel ready, bring a hand to heart and another hand to top. Pressing the heel of your hand into that heart space, sending yourself oxytocin, that love connection hormone, and letting yourself feel the impact of that, softening things. Softening and relaxing is also helps you be buoyant, helps you float. Thinking about when you're floating in a pool and looking up at the sky, you're not working hard, you're relaxing. We often think that being resilient or pushing through helps us float. But relaxing, softening in, creating space with breath, that's what helps us float. And thinking in your life about where you might like to bring some buoyancy in this moment. That light bobbing, like something floating on the surface of the ocean, bobbing with the wind and the waves. How might you show up for something that doesn't feel that way in your life? a little more buoyantly, a little more floating. And is there anything you need to help you float? Maybe a life preserver or a kayak or a paddleboard or a noodle. Doesn't have to be something big, but what might that be? And metaphorically, of course, what is that for you? What might help you float? Is it resting? Is it taking a pause? Is it more yoga, more mindfulness, coaching, taking care of your health, moving more? Could be anything. Just let whatever comes up in your brain come up. And tuck whatever that wisdom is behind your heart to carry with you. And we'll bring our hands together in front of our heart, create a little bit of heat and energy and momentum. And bringing thumbs to your sternum and each finger pad touching, pressing your palms together, pressing your thumbs into your sternum. Sit up tall, creating space between the vertebrae, taking in a big breath of buoyancy. And an exhale. And set your intention here around buoyancy, floating, not struggling, taking in more breath, whatever comes to mind here. Let it be your version of it. And when you're ready, we'll lower hands and open our eyes and just shake things out, getting rid of any cobwebs or kinks or tightness that might be in the way of this buoyancy. And you'll bring your hands by your side, palms facing out, and reach them up, scooping up all the good stuff, bringing your palms together. Turn your palms around, face the palms out, and scoop them down. Turning the palms to face out, bringing them out and up together, scooping in all that good stuff, and turning your palms to face out so the dorsum of the hand touches, and pushing all the other stuff down and away. We'll do that one more time, sweeping up. Keep your hands together at the top. Interlace your fingers, and your middle finger, your pointer finger is going to reach to the sky. Shimmy your waist, huge breath in, grow as tall as you can. Exhale, tip left, root your right hip down, rest your left ear, always taking a moment to pause and rest. Inhale, tip rightward, opening up the space between your ribs, creating room for more breath, resting your head with kindness and compassion. Coming back to center. Open your arms out wide, flex your wrists, spread your fingers wide, creating some energy in every finger web. Pinch your scapula together. Enjoy all the tingles and release. Turn your palms to face front and scoop a ginormous beach ball with your hands in front, stretching your navel back, sucking your belly in. Open wide, arms open like the Titanic, pinching your scapula. Scoop and round. Let yourself flow gracefully and opening wide once again. Lower your hands down to the floor and sweep them up like snow angels. Reaching them back up to the top, interlace your fingers, flip your palms to the sky, have a shimmy and a slight arch back here. Gaze up if it's okay for your neck. Anything I offered today, opt out if it doesn't work for you. Exhale, round forward, suck your navel all the way back, palms all the way forward. Let the crown of your head reach forward. Let your back feel amazing here. Inhale, reach up, arch, gaze up. Exhale, round and suck all the way back. Inhale once again and open your arms wide. Bring your hands behind your sacrum, clasp them and press your fists to the floor, shoulders down and back. Pressing, reaching, drop your chin, making room in your neck, releasing any neck tightness. Take 3 breaths here with chin tucked into your chest, head falling forward. Don't overdo it, but enjoy the release. Bringing chin back to neutral and just shake everything out. Shaking, 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 shaking. Stretch your legs long. And you can slide off of whatever you're sitting on if you happen to be sitting on something. Wiggling your toes, find your sit bones, your ischial spines underneath you. Move the flesh of your seat out of the way. And tilt your pelvic bowl anteriorly so you're sitting up nice and tall, hands on your thighs. Bring your hands behind you. Plant your fists or your fingertips coming into Dandasana or staff pose. Draw your shoulders down and back. Let your heart shine forward. Breathing in, filling your chest with breath, which helps you float, increases your buoyancy. Breathing increases your buoyancy. Doesn't make it too hard. Exhale, release. Inhale, press into the floor, sit up tall as you can. Shine your heart forward. Authenticity also makes you more buoyant. Staying in alignment, filling up with breath, makes everything a little less bumpy, keeps you from sinking. Exhale, lower down. You're going to round your back, bring your hands forward and fold forward into a forward fold, releasing your back, wiggling your fingers and toes. Big breath in and out. Pointing your toes. Stretch your shins and flex your ankles and bringing your toes towards your knees and your nose. Let the energy run down the backs of the thighs. Release your ankles, sliding up. You'll bring your hands between your thighs and open your legs wide. Once again, re-find your sit bones here. And you're going to find your belly. Inhale and reach up once again. Have a shimmy on both sides. Twist leftward and lower your right hand to your left thigh. Left hand will come behind you. Press your fist downward. Inhale, grow tall. Ring out. Massage your belly, getting rid of anything here that's weighing you down. Huge breaths in here. Let the breath do the work. Breathing makes you more buoyant. Breathing in and ringing out. Don't overdo it. Inhale and twist gently. More is not better. Paying attention on purpose is better. Reaching your arms up to the sky. Twist rightward and lower right hand behind you, left hand on your thigh. Grow tall and ring it up. Inhale once again and ring once more. Let your spine feel really good here. And your two sides might not be equal. Doesn't matter. Buoyancy doesn't require it to be equal. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky, bringing them out, sweeping them around. Bring your feet together, come into butterfly pose. Bring your heels towards you and flap your butterfly wings. Enjoy your inner thighs here for a moment. Notice your root, have a little rock, let it be playful. Buoyancy is playful. It's one of the reasons why I love it instead of resilience. Tilt your pelvic bowl forward, sit up nice and tall, wrap your arms around your chest, reach the crown of your head gracefully to the sky. Butterflies are so graceful. Inhale, pour that breath down into your root and out the other way. Once more, let the breath and the stretch grow tall. All the way into your belly, breathe. And exhale, let it out. You're going to round forward, bring your hands towards your toes, and release your upper back. Have another couple flaps here as you release your upper back. And you'll slide back up. Extend your left leg long. Your right foot's going to come into your inner thigh. And once again, find your sit bones. Send your left hand down and reach your right arm over. Root your right hip down, right waist down to have a big stretch in the back of the waist. Be kind here, don't overdo it. Inhale. We're going to cartwheel our hand, plant it down, and come up into wild thing. You're going to drop your left toe towards the right, lift up onto the right knee, and stretch and enjoy. Outer left foot reaches into the earth. Your left hand may come back as you roll your chest open. Huge breath in, pour it in. Exhale, let it out. One more breath here. Stretch, let it feel really good. You might open your chest. Buoyancy comes when you are open and flexible with room, not when you're clenching. Lowering your hip down. You'll slide your hand back down that left thigh, reach over for a little bit of a counter stretch. and coming back up to center. You're going to switch your legs. Your right leg will swivel out. Your left foot will come to the inner thigh. Take a moment here in the transition to transition well. Root your hips down, slide your right arm over, and cartwheel that left one up. Enjoy the stretch here. Let your head and neck be loose. Notice if you're gripping. When you grip, you sink. Soften in, relax in. One more big breath, you'll cartwheel up and over into your wild thing. Enjoy wild thing. Really fully, deeply roll your wrists. If you wish, open your chest, draw your right hand and shoulder back and gaze up. Only if your neck's okay with it. Don't do it if your neck is not okay with it. Wiggling fingers. And we'll lower our rear end down and slide over the other way just to even things out. Coming back upright, you're gonna let your left leg stretch out, I can't think of the word, and slide it forward. Bang your knees forward, slide your hands forward and come into a forward fold. Release your head and neck, wiggle toes, let the energy move. Big breath here. Sliding your hands up your shins to your knees. We're gonna swivel around with grace, of course. 2 hands and knees. Enjoy a cat-cow or two, getting some mobility in your spine and your belly, creating room. One of the things that helps us be buoyant is the flow and the ability to move. Think about when you swim. When you're in flow, it's a lot easier when things move. So creating flow and fluid in the spine. Gaze over the right shoulder, bring your right hip forward, create a little space in the left hip, and switch to the other side. Coming back to center, curl your toes and lift right up into downward dog here. Walk the dog. Let your calves and back and spine have a moment here. Downward dog is a spine stretch. Stretch your hips all the way up to the sky and lower your forehead down as much as you can. Walk that dog a little bit more. Let it feel amazing. Bend one knee and press the other heel towards the floor or to the floor. Let the energy run up and down that right leg. Switch sides. Let the energy run up and down the left leg. Huge breath in. Exhale. Lift up onto both tippy toes and lower your heels to the floor. Let the energy run. Walk your hands forward a little bit. Shift into plank here and pause. Find the center, find steady, find your balance. And you'll bend your knees, lower down Chaturanga to the earth, forehead on the floor. It's your third eye. Let your weight be out of your hands as if you're balancing on a boogie board, maybe. Tops of the feet on the earth, forehead on the floor. Inhale, lift up for low cobra. Enjoy the back body. And lower down. Bringing your hands forward, come into Sphinx pose. Let your heart shine forward. Enjoy the lower back. Breathing. Sending the breath, creating space in that lower back. Remembering that the holding and the tight makes the floating much harder. Lowering back down to the floor. Bring your hands by your side. You're going to press into your hands and up and back into child's pose. Stretch your back, reach your arms forward. And take 5 big deep breaths here, filling yourself with air and buoyancy, which is flexibility, playfulness, openness, softness, but not so soft or so permeable you sink. Buoyant objects have boundaries. They don't just let anything in.
They have clean and clear boundaries. They're also usually moving. Things that float the best have some sort of movement to them. What might that look like for you? Huge breath in and out. When you feel ready, make your way back to tabletop. And from here, you're going to bring your left foot forward, coming into Anjaneyasana or low lunge. Square your hips to the front of the mat. Bring your hands to your thigh, or if you have blocks or want blocks, you can use those. And when that feels good, reach your arms to the sky. You might need to pad your right knee. And pause and enjoy this for a moment. Your heart shining forward, your hips opening. Lower your right hand to your right thigh and tip your left hand an inch or two to the right. And steady yourself. You're going to cartwheel the other way. Left hand is going to come down and tip your right hand to the left. Bringing both hands back up to the sky. Bring them to hands to heart. Hinge at your waist and you'll hook your right knee over the left thigh and enjoy a bit of a twist here. Don't overdo it. You can also have your hand on the ground and bring your arms up if that works better for you. Come back to center and make room for your belly and curl those back toes. Coming up to a high lunge here for a moment. Straight your front knee to the best of your ability. And if you need blocks, grab them. They are fun. They make this more fun anyway. Bend that front knee and straight. And bend your front knee and straight. Once more, bend that knee. And come to straight, which is a long triangle. And you'll lower your back heel towards the floor, just enjoying a calf stretch. Shifting into the front foot, you're going to bend your knee. Turn your back heel towards the left. Moving the blocks out of the way, cartwheel into warrior two. Finding steady here. Pause and breathe. Lower your back hand to your right thigh and cartwheel up into graceful warrior. Cartwheel down to side angle, enjoying the flow. Flow helps us be buoyant. Cartwheel back up. Taking your time, there's no rush here. Do what feels good to you. Try to feel graceful as you do it. So it might be very slow. It might be faster. You pick. Stretch your right arm long and enjoy the right side body here. Stay in side angle a little bit. Stretching, reaching the outer right foot. Cartwheel back up to warrior two. Straight your front knee, lower your left hand. We're going to come into triangle. Trikonasana, grab a block if you wish. Everything is straight here. Both knees are straight. Wrap your right arm up and open. You can draw your shoulder back or not. You might reach your right arm over your right ear or not. You choose what feels better for your shoulder. You might bring your hand to your hip if your hip is, or shoulders or arms are a little cranky, as mine are apparently today. You can stay here, or if any of you want to come to half moon, which is one of my favorites, bring your hand to your hip, bend your front knee, pick up the block. You're going to hop your back foot forward a foot or two, plant the block a foot or two in front of your left foot, and raise your leg, coming into a balanced pose, and you might reach your arm up. You can also try this against a wall if balance is tricky. It's super fun. Enjoy it for a moment. Lowering your hand, lower your back foot, come back to Trikonasana. And we'll rise up. Bring your hands to your hips. You're going to move the block to the center and turn your toes to the side of the mat. Fold forward into a wide angle forward fold, coming into an inversion. And if you want to put your head on the block, you can if you have the block. If you want to put your hands between your legs, do that. Take a moment here, upside down. Breathing. Just noticing what shifts when you're upside down. Part of an inversion is shifting your perspective, your physiology. Planting your hands on the floor. Back is flat, head is up. Move that block out of the way. And we're going to bend the left knee, shift your weight over to the left side and flex your right ankle. Enjoy a little stretch, maybe point and flex your toes. Let it feel good here. And you walk your feet over to the other side. Bend your right knee and enjoy a point and flex on the left side. Coming back to center. Hang out here another moment. You can be all the way down or half lift, whatever feels good to you. You'll bring your hands to your hips. Use your belly here and lift up, hinging at the waist, using your glutes, your legs, all those things. Coming upright. Take a moment to adjust here. And you'll release your hands and you can heel toe your feet or get there any way you want. Doesn't matter. Shake your feet out. Shake it all out. And we'll come to tree pose. So taking a moment here to find your roots and find steady. And once again, drop right into your body, bringing your hands to heart center. Kickstand your right foot. Send your left foot down as a root. And you're going to bend your knee and raise your right sole of your foot to the calf. And you can reach your arms up into whatever tree feels good to you. Let it be a little flowy. Interestingly, trees feel so heavy, but when you put them in water, they float. So heavy things can also be buoyant and float. Tuck your right knee back a little bit, engaging your glute. Use your toes and notice if you're gripping, you fall. Soften. You might stretch your arms out or up or interlace them. It's a little free choice, as we used to call it when I was in school. Bringing your arms back to your hips. Draw your knee forward. Stay balanced if you can. Stretch your leg long and bend it and then lower it down. Taking a moment to just shake things out, releasing anything that you're holding or gripping before we do the other side. And notice whatever that is. It might be in a funny spot that you weren't expecting. That's the power of the pause and reflecting and the noticing. Bringing hands to hip once again. Kickstand your left foot. Steady yourself. Bring your hands to heart. Slide your left sole of the foot to your calf. And when you're ready, form an amazing tree. Doing whatever feels good with your arms here. When you are ready, sweep your arms to your hips for steadiness. Draw your knee forward, extend it and bend it. And if you have one more extension in there, enjoy that. And lower and shake it out. Shake your neck out, let everything be loose. Coming up to the top of the mat, huge breath in, circle your arms out and up. Oops, your palms will come together. Try not to take anything out on the wall. Sliding them down in front of you, hinging at the waist, lower down to the earth. Inhale for that half lift. Let your back flatten in, the energy move in the back of your legs. Planting hands, step back to downward dog. Hang out here for a moment. Big breath, enjoy the stretch, walk the dog. You might even swivel your hips a little bit, inviting looseness and space and movement. When you're ready, steady your toes, shift your weight into your front hands. We're going to come into plank and find a plank that feels good. Engage your belly, find steady. See if you can rock on your hands so you know where steady is. And when you're ready, shift forward onto your tiptoes and lower down, Chaturanga, however you want to the floor. Pause on the floor. Bring your hands by your sides, palms up. We're going to inhale up into Locust pose this time. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, lift hands and feet up. Take 3 breaths here, engaging the back body. Fingers and toes are light. Remembering we float when we're light. lowering down. If you want to come into boat pose here, you can bend your knees, grab your ankles or your feet if you have room. Otherwise, just rest with your forehead on the floor. Draw your shoulders back, inhale and lift up. Enjoy the stretch, enjoy the rock. Taking the shape of a boat, enjoying the playfulness of the water underneath. Drawing your shoulders back, enjoying the stretch here. Release, lower down, plant your hands under your forehead, and let your forehead rest on the pillow. With your left hand under your forehead, bring your right hand around to the side, bend your right knee, and hug your heel into your chest. Enjoy a calf stretch here if you can. Some of you might need a strap to do this. Can't reach. Just do what you can and what works. Release and switch sides. Bringing your foot back to the floor. Bringing your hands back to a pillow. Take a moment here on your belly, gathering information from the front side body. With this question around buoyancy, what might you want to throw overboard to help you float? Where are you struggling and making it harder to float, where you might just flip over on your back and enjoy the float, even if the seas are stormy or rough? Undoing your hands from under your face and curling your toes. You're going to bring your hands back by your chest. Curl into your toes, press into your hands, and lift up and back into downward dog and enjoy a stretch here. Enjoy a moment. When you're ready, you're going to look between your hands and bring your right foot in front, lower your back knee, and come up into the low lunge on the right side, taking your time. Swivel your hips so they are facing front. That should activate a bit more of a stretch in the left hip flexor, but don't overdo it, and be kind to your back knee with a blanket. When you're ready, reach your arms to the sky. Lowering your left hand down by your side, twist towards the left, tilt towards the left, I should say, and cartwheel the other way. Not too much, a little goes a long way. Coming back to the top, palms together, bring your hands to heart. Hinge at your waist, find steady here, use your toes to help you, and twist on over the right thigh with hands together, or you can have one on the floor, you choose. It's a little squishy. And then release. Grab your blocks if you have them. And we're going to lift up into high lunge, making room for your belly. Settle in. Get your feet and your hips steadied. You are jet lined towards the front of the mat here. Straight your front knee and bend it. Straight your front knee. You're activating your glutes and your hip here, and bend it. And once more, straight, coming into the long triangle. Reach your back heel towards the floor. Enjoy the energy moving. Breathing. When you're ready, bend your front knee, and you're going to turn your left heel towards the right, moving your blocks a little bit out of the way, and cartwheel into warrior two. Gazes over the right middle finger. And pause here. When it would feel good, flip your front palm up, tip back into elegant warrior. Cartwheel back to warrior two and forward into side angle. Paying attention to that flow and movement, curling back up and folding over into side angle. We'll do that one more time. I heard elegant warrior be called expansive warrior. I kind of like that. Cartwheel back into side angle and pause there for a moment. Stretch the left outer foot into the floor, stretch the waist fully. Enjoy it. And cartwheel back up to warrior two. You're going to straight your front knee, grab a block on the inside of your foot if you want. Plant your hands straight, both legs, come into triangle or trikonasana. Enjoy the legs here. All legs are straight, arms are straight. There should be triangles everywhere. Activate your inner thighs, that can help. Notice your pelvic floor here, that can help. If you want to stay here, you can. If you want to come into half moon, bring your hand to your left hip, bend your front knee. You're going to hop your back foot forward. Move that block about 2 feet in front, directly under your shoulder as you pick your back leg up. And pause here. And if you need a wall, no judgment. I apparently need a wall on this side. Some days that's how it rolls. Bend your knee, lower your back foot, come back to Trikonasana here. Pause and breathe. And from here, you'll rise back up. Bring your hands to your hips, swivel them towards the front of your mat. Hopping your left foot back out wide and bringing it forward just to come back to the top of the mat and shake things out. Taking a moment here to settle and relax. And we're going to come and meet on the floor. Taking your time to transition and let it be a playful, light transition. When you arrive on your mat, stretch your legs long as if you're floating in a pool. Letting your more relaxed body remember what floating feels like. Taking any wisdom from your body knows what to do here. Untucking anything that's kinked, the adjustments you would make when you were floating. You're going to bring the soles of your feet together, knees apart, coming right into Supta Baddha Konasana or Reclining Butterfly. Bring a hand to heart and a hand to belly. Sending yourself some kindness and compassion for the journeys, whatever it is, or the heavy weights you've been holding that you might choose to throw overboard. And gathering any wisdom from your heart center, your solar plexus, sort of the authentically you part, the aligned part, and the breath. With eyes closed, can you envision sort of floating in the air, floating in the water? Breathing, letting the breath help you be buoyant. Thinking about the invitation of that word, which I absolutely love. Doesn't mean there's not stormy seas. It doesn't mean you won't get sucked under. But what can allow you to be more buoyant, get back up to the surface more easily? Bring your hands to your outer thighs, draw your knees together, walk your feet out to the side so you will be knock-kneed here. Take a minute to untangle your sacrum, reach your arms overhead into an easy cactus shape. And you will drop your knees to the left, opening up the psoas and the hip. Breathe. If you wish to gaze to the right, do that. Bring your gaze back to center, your knees back to center, and then drop them to the right on the exhale. Enjoy the stretch and the release. Bring your knees back to center. Have a little rock side to side. Find your sacrum, untangle everything. Walk your feet back to center, and you're going to hug both knees into your chest. Squeeze yourself into an absolutely tight, squeezy ball, squeezing your face, squeezing everything. And release a little bit. Your forehead will come to the floor. Keep your knees in your hands. If you can clasp your fingers, do that. And rock side to side, all the way to the edge, almost till you tip over, but you don't. Coming back to center, roll your ankles. Hug your right knee into your chest, extend your left leg long. Let your femoral head drop into the hip socket, roll it around, creating a little space. Bring your hands behind your right thigh, extend your leg to the sky. Wrapping your arms around your chest here, being kind, point your toe and flex the ankle. Flossing the nerve here. Point your toe and flex your ankle. Roll to the right, counter or clockwise, I mean. Roll to the left, the other way. Bend your knee. Switch your hands to your shins and hug it in a little bit more. Roll your ankle once again in both directions. And when you're ready, release it alongside the right. Take a moment here in asymmetry, trying to float here, noticing how you feel a little off kilter. Can you use the breath and soften it in any way? Bend both knees to start. Untangle anything. Hug your left knee into your chest. Straight your right leg long. And take a moment here. Hug it in, squeeze it in, relax it into the hip socket. Roll the femoral head around if you can. Hopefully there's nothing there catching it. And when you're ready, bring your hands behind your thigh. Extend your leg. Point your toe. Flex your ankle. Point your toe. And flex your ankle. Roll the ankles in both directions. Come back to center, point and flex. Bend that knee. Bring your hands to your shin, hug it in tight again. Enjoy it. Another moment here. Maybe roll the ankle again. Maybe stretching toes at the same time. And when you're ready, extend it long and just take a moment to let it integrate. The pause being critical here. Bending both knees once again. Bring your palms down by your sides, palms down. Walk your heels towards you. Have a little rock on your sacrum to untangle everything. And when you're ready, lift up into a very active bridge, planting your heels and then your forefoot and your toes lifting all the way up. Shimmy your shoulders under you as high as you can. Planting hands on the earth, being nice to your neck. But take a moment here, everything in the back body activated. Let that part of your body wake up, feel good. You might lift up onto your tippy toes if you have a little more room. Lowering down. You might lift up your toes in the forefoot if you have room. Lowering down. Lift up even more. Squeeze as tight as you can. Maybe even squeeze your face. Relax the face, untuck the shoulders, and melt one vertebrae at a time. Very, 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 very slowly until you land on the earth. And allow yourself to be there messy for a moment. Then untuck. Take a breath. Bring both knees into your chest once again, squeezing tight once again. This squeezing activates the parasympathetic nervous system, squeezing your face, squeezing your toes, squeezing your feet, lowering your head to the earth. Bring your hands behind both thighs, extend one leg to the sky and the other. You're going to use your belly here, flatten your sacrum onto the floor, flatten your hands onto the floor, wiggling your toes here. Rock side to side, find your center, your core, activating that. And we're going to have a temper tantrum with our feet because I love doing this. Shedding off anything that's weighing you down, keeping you from being buoyant. You might be cracking open and encasing as you shake, but shake hard, or flicking things off, whatever it feels like to you, but really give it a shake. This also works your belly. So it's somatics and core strengthening. Shaking, shaking, shaking. Come to stillness. Legs still reaching up to the sky. Flex your ankles, both of them. Point your toes. Flex the right, point the left, and switch sides. Come back to center. Plant your hands on the floor and open your legs wide, bringing them back together. You're going to scissor them. Right one comes towards you, left one to the floor. Coming back to center and switch sides. Truly connecting with your center helps you float. Roll both ankles. Bend your knees. Once again, squeeze tight. Reactivating the parasympathetic nervous system after you did a little bit of work. Untangle. Come into happy baby. Soles of the feet towards the sky. Rock on your hips. You might straight one leg and then the other if you want. If not, don't do it. You might straight both. You might lift up and look between your legs if that's fun. Bending your knees, bring the soles of your feet together and heels towards your groin. Enjoy a stretch, release. Release your hands, lower your feet to the floor, knees are bent. We're gonna come into a figure four here to do a hip stretch. If you wanna do pigeon, you can also do that. Right ankle comes over the left knee and you're gonna thread your hands through, come into figure four. Let yourself rock here a little bit as if you were a boat floating on the sea. Flexing ankles helps you be buoyant. You're going to press your right elbow into your right knee and enjoy your hip here. Remember to breathe. Getting rid of the tightness, creating space for breath helps you float. It's like those pool floaties that have spots that still need the air and you have to unstick them with your fingers. Bringing your hands to your shin if you have a little more room here, or you want to, rolling ankles. Release your hands. You're going to lower your left foot to the floor. Arms are going to come overhead into a T, into a cactus or a T. Drop your right foot to the left, coming into a figure four twist. Allow yourself to melt into the floor here. And pause with your eyes closed, envisioning yourself floating. You can even float twisted up. You can think of some of the things you see in the ocean that still float, even though they're regular shapes, half filled with water. Bringing your knees back to center. Uncross them, recross the left over right, thread your hands through and come into figure four on this side. Remembering to flex your ankles, press your left elbow into your knee, and decide here if you want to grab the shin or the thigh. Do what feels better to you. Each side, my sides are very different, and that's okay. My brain wants to judge them, but I don't think it matters. Remember to breathe. Release your hands, lower your foot, and we'll come into the twist on this side. Your legs will drop to the right, outer right thighs on the floor into a figure four twist. And again, cactus T, hands together overhead. Do what feels good to your body. It's going to be different. We'll bring our knees back to center and cross them. Lower the feet to the floor. Come back into that knock-knee position and windshield wiper your knees from side to side. Coming back to stillness, you can stretch out into Shavasana here. If you happen to be near a wall, like I am, you might want to put your feet up the wall instead of lying flat for your Shavasana. It's really lovely, and it resets your physiology and activates that parasympathetic nervous system. It's a lymphatic drain. So if you happen to have a place where you can do that, or you can put your calves up on a chair, put your feet up. And when you've arrived wherever you're going to arrive, settle into Shavasana, which is the final integration. Before you totally soften and reconnect to the breath here, taking in a big, huge breath, filling your chest all the way to your fingertips, all the way to your toes. And on the exhale, let things melt into the earth beneath you. Letting the earth hold you wherever you are and or the wall. Letting go of control of the breath. Letting go of control of your muscles. Allowing yourself time here to integrate, to let the work seep into the nooks and crannies, to seal up those boundaries so you don't take on water. But noticing that most of that work happens when you are relaxed, not paying attention. Taking time to become whole and feel whole. Shavasana. Gently begin to deepen your breath. Slowly start to wiggle fingers and toes. And enjoy an absolutely delicious, delightful, nourishing stretch, filling yourself with breath and space. Make your way to one side. If you're on the wall, bend your knees and roll over to the side and pause there for a moment. And then make your way up to a seat where we began. When you arrive there, drop right back into that Shavasana-like space. Send your sit bone down into the earth, palms open to the sky, like you're floating, like you're bobbing on the surface of the water. Breathing in, filling your chest up with breath all the way down into your belly. And exhale, let it out. Bringing a hand to heart and another atop. Sending yourself some kindness and compassion.
Sending yourself breath and buoyancy for the journey, whatever your journey might be right now. Allowing some room for the bobbing and the floating and the water fun. Allowing time to breathe and fill yourself up, reinflate to help you float. Remembering as you move forward this week to throw overboard whatever is weighing you down, sinking the ship. Seal up any leak holes. Bringing your hands together at heart center, press your thumbs into your sternum, connecting hands to heart and your palms with an intention. Thank you all so much for practicing with me today. May we all move forward a bit more buoyantly in the week ahead. Namaste.